Yeah, for sure.
What do you
I
think?
want a rehydration clause though.
For him?
Yep.
Okay, just like he had for Chris.
Yep.
And if he wants a rehydration clause, pay me 20 million. I might consider it.
Yeah.
20 million, that's the number. He was the one talking,
He wants a
not
rehydration
me.
clause.
But, yeah, well, he can. You know what? I'm gonna keep it PG today.
Yeah.
But he can go himself.
Yeah.
And if he wants a rehydration clause, pay me 20 million. I might consider it.
Yeah.
20 million, that's the number. But I'll happily give him a beating for free as well. So it's like a bit of a. I'll do it for free, but then also. Yeah, if you want a rehydration clause, do it for 20 mil.
Yeah.
You ain't calling those shots.
The boxing world is buzzing with drama as Shakur Stevenson and Conor Benn escalate their feud, with both targeting each other. Starting things off, Conor Benn said there's no real dislike toward Shakur Stevenson and even admitted he likes him. He felt disrespected by the idea that Shakur could move up in weight and expect an easy fight. Benn joked about Shakur's appearance, keeping the tone light. Still, the message was clear. He doesn't think his division is easy work.
No, I don't not like Shakur. I like Shakur. I'm just insulted he thinks he can come up to my weight and feel like he can just make it easy work. Well, come up to my weight then. I don't not like him. I think he's a funny guy. I think he's funny looking as well. He reminds me a bit of Tom and Jerry. Which one? What's the mouse?
I didn't even watch
Jerry. He reminds me of Jerry. Oh, literally, yeah. Turkey called it. I didn't even realise. Yeah, Tom and Jerry. He does all that running around. Yeah, that's him. But he literally looks like Jerry to me. I just realised. Yeah, he is Jerry.
Moving towards Shakur Stevenson, he fired up the conversation about a potential showdown with Conor Benn in 2026. He hinted that after his fight with Teofimo Lopez, the Benn fight could be next, with a jump to 147 pounds on the table. But Shakur wasn't done there. He made it clear he'd be asking for a rehydration clause for Benn if the fight happens.
Nah, I think it could happen. I think that should be maybe next after Tio. God willing, I'll go do what I gotta do.
147, most likely?
Yeah, for sure.
What do you
I
think?
want a rehydration clause though.
For him?
Yep.
Just then, Conor Benn responded, saying Shakur keeps talking while his own responses are the ones being highlighted. Benn dismissed the idea of any special demands, saying a rehydration clause would only be on the table for serious money. He also made it clear that Shakur isn't in a position to dictate terms or call the shots.
He keeps talking. I don't know why my reaction is the one that gets publicised.
Yeah.
He was the one talking,
He wants a
not me.
rehydration clause.
But, yeah, well, he can. You know what? I'm gonna keep it PG today.
Yeah.
But he can go himself.
Yeah.
And if he wants a rehydration clause, pay me 20 million. I might consider it.
Yeah.
20 million, that's the number. But I'll happily give him a beating for free as well. So it's like a bit of a. I'll do it for free, but then also. Yeah, if you want a rehydration clause, do it for 20 mil.
Yeah.
You ain't calling those shots.
Yeah.
He can't sell out my front living room. What's he gonna do?
Now, Shakur took another swipe on social media, laughing off the criticism and pushing back at claims that he was being inconsistent. He brushed aside Conor Benn's tough talk as empty posturing and made it clear he believes no advantage or outside help would make a difference if they ever squared up. Reacting to Conor, Shakur tweeted, "Lamau and they say I contradict myself, and stop faking, you won't do shit for free. It ain't a steroid in the world that would help if you swing this way."
He was the one talking,
He wants a
not me.
rehydration clause.
But, yeah, well, he can. You know what? I'm gonna keep it PG today.
Yeah.
But he can go himself.
Yeah.
And if he wants a rehydration clause, pay me 20 million. I might consider it.
Yeah.
20 million, that's the number. But I'll happily give him a beating for free as well. So it's like a bit of a. I'll do it for free, but then also, yeah, if you want a rehydration clause, do it for 20 mil.
Yeah.
You ain't calling those shots.
Moving over from the back and forth, the attention now shifts to the January 31st showdown, Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. And when Conor was asked who he's backing, he didn't hesitate. He said he leans Teofimo, while still giving Shakur his respect, because in his view, Shakur is elite. But Teo brings that extra pop, more explosiveness, more snap, more spite, and that tricky style that can flip a fight in a split second.
You think Tio wins, honestly?
I do, but not discrediting Shakur at all. I think he's a phenomenal fighter, but I just think Tio has more explosiveness, more zap, and more spite. And he's tricky as well.
Now, while discussing the matchup, Teofimo Lopez says this Shakur fight came together because the timing was right. He hints that Shakur's been calling for the biggest tests and didn't have much left to chase at 135. So in Teo's eyes, Shakur is stepping up to challenge what he considers the top level at the higher weight. And even with respect for Shakur's skill, Teofimo says he's here to make it his night.
I think it's just fate, you know? It just lined up. I think that, you know, he's been talking a big game since the Williams-Zepeda fight that happened over here at the Armstrong Stadium. So I think that there's nobody else at 135 that he's trying to aim for. So he wants to come for the top dog, and that's me at 140. So it just lines up, you know, and I'm always willing to fight the best. And I felt like, why not? You know, people talk highly of Shakur, as they should, and I'm just here to do my part and put an upset.
You know, you mentioned the fight against Zepeda. Were you surprised how Shakur has gotten criticized for?
On the other side, Shakur Stevenson stressed he's not fully switching to 140. He still sees himself as a 135 fighter. He says this jump is just for this matchup because if you want Teofimo, you meet him at his size. In Shakur's view, pulling Teo down wasn't the right move, so stepping up was the cleanest way to make the fight happen.
I'm not moving up to 140-pound division just yet. I'm actually a 35-pounder, but I moved up for this fight because I know that why would I bring him down? I would have to come up to his weight if I want to fight him. So it only made sense.
Shakur added that Teofimo's talk has crossed into territory that's upset a lot of people, and he plans to make him pay for it in the ring. But he also stressed he doesn't truly believe Teo is racist, saying he knows him well enough to judge his character. For Shakur, that tension is exactly what makes this matchup the kind of fight he enjoys.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him pay for a lot of them things that he said about black people, but at the end of the day, I know he's not racist. I know him deep down inside. He's truly is a cool person. He wants to be great, and this is the type of fight that I really enjoy.
Now enter Roy Jones Jr., who says Teofimo can't win by staying safe on the outside. Shakur's feet, distance control, and defense will pick him apart. For Roy, Teo's path is to step in, take risks, and force exchanges. If he does that, it becomes a real fight and a question of who wants it more.
Got to go in and go for broke. You got to go gamble, you got to take some, get some, and that's just the only way to win. He stays outside of boxes. Shakur gonna pick him apart. Shakur's a polished boxer with some of the best feet in the game right now, and he's a defensive-minded fighter, which is very smart. It's hard to hit him. He makes you gamble to hit him, and he's gonna be a tough one to deal with. But if Teofimo is willing to gamble to beat him, then Teofimo can definitely make it a really good fight. It's who wants it better.
Rolly Romero also weighed in on the matchup, saying that when Teofimo Lopez faces elite competition, he tends to rise to the occasion and look like the best fighter in the world. His comments added another layer of intrigue to an already high-stakes fight and highlighted the level of danger Teofimo brings. Rolly said, "Whoever God wants to win. I'll tell you something though. Teofimo, when he fights the best fighter in the world, he's the best fighter in the world." Talking about the face-off, both fighters looked equally locked in. No smiles, no extra talk, just cold focus. The stare-down was intense, the kind where neither man gives an inch, and you can feel the tension building like they're already trying to win the fight with their eyes.
You got your shot, right? You know what time it is, Paul.
Next, Eddie Hearn steps in and breaks down the matchup. He said Shakur's ring IQ is right at the top of the sport, and his technical skill is undeniable. He says the main question is finishing power, because Shakur isn't known as a huge puncher, but defensively and fundamentally, Eddie sees him as pure class.
I don't know how good the fight will be, but I think Shakur is, again, like pound for pound, IQ-wise, I think he's even up there with a Terence and those kind of guys. You know, I think the difference with Boots is he's got the defensive mastercraft, and he also has the aggressive power to turn your lights out, and I think that's quite different. Do you know what I mean? Like Shakur, I say defensive. I think that's a bit harsh on Shakur, but he's not a huge puncher, but defensively and skill-wise, he's right up there.
He's a real technical fighter.
Oh, phenomenal.
He added that it really depends on which Teofimo shows up, but he still leans towards Shakur. The big warning is size. Teo is a big 140, and Shakur isn't a big 135, so that strength gap could matter. He says Shakur usually loses when he moves up and runs into someone much bigger, so he's expecting a careful, smart fight, more chess than a full-on war.
On what Teofimo shows up, I think Shakur beats him.
Yeah.
But the weight, again, right? Don't forget, Teofimo's a big 140.
Yeah.
Shakur is probably a small 135, right? Or you know, not really a big 135.
Yeah.
Teofimo's talking about going to 147. So you have a big size disadvantage going into that fight. But someone like Shakur is only going to get beat when he moves up and loses his advantage necessarily against a much bigger and stronger guy.
Yeah. But do you
I think that's a fiddly fight, don't you? I mean, I don't expect it to be this firefight.
Yeah.
I think Teofimo's very awkward and Shakur's very smart, and I don't know.
Moreover, Keith Idec noted that this matchup makes sense from a business perspective. To ask fans to commit to a premium price, you have to offer fights that feel meaningful. Shakur versus Teofimo may not promise fireworks, but it represents elite competition. That kind of credibility is exactly what sets the tone for the year.
It's a very interesting fight. Also, I think it's the type of fight that, from the business's perspective, particularly from the way DAZN would have to see this, they need a fight like this to start the year. If you're going to start asking American consumers in particular to pay $45 a month for your premium plan or whatever it might be with a slight discount, you need to deliver this type of content for them to make that worthwhile or justifiable for an American consumer. So you're starting off the year with a very good pay-per-view fight. Might not be the most aesthetically pleasing fight in the ring, but it's two top level guys, and that's what you want.
Ryan Garcia also chimed in, and he leaned towards Shakur. He basically said Teofimo usually thrives when opponents give him chances to set traps and fire back, but Shakur won't play that game. He'll make Teo come to him and work for every opening. Ryan sees that as a rough style problem for Teofimo, though he adds that if Teo solves it anyway, he deserves major credit. Ryan said Shakur, just because Teofimo likes to fight people that he can counter, and with Shakur he has to chase him. So it's not a good style matchup for Teofimo, but if Fimo finds a way, kudos to him for sure. He added that Shakur's movement will force Teofimo to be the one coming forward and chasing. He doesn't see Teo winning by trying to outbox him at range. In his view, Teofimo would have to trap Shakur and land clean, and he's not convinced that happens. He added, Shakur is more of a counterpuncher, but he's going to make sure that Teofimo chases him for sure just by his boxing ability. You know what I mean? I think Teofimo can't match him. He's not going to outbox Shakur. He's going to have to catch Shakur, and I don't see that happening. Adding to that, Claressa Shields also gave her thoughts and said she expects a real competitive fight because Teofimo is athletic and seasoned, but she still leans towards Shakur, saying he's hard to beat because he's sharp, can switch styles, and stays a step ahead. She also pointed out that Shakur's power has been showing more lately, so Teo can't afford to get caught sleeping.
My thoughts is that's going to be a very competitive fight. I think that Teo is very athletic. He's very experienced, but Shakur is the man. Shakur is hard to beat. He's skilled. Shakur is skilled. Shakur, man, the dude got power. He can fight any style. He's a thinker. He's 5 steps ahead of you. Whatever you think you're going to do, Shakur 5 steps ahead of you. So I look forward to seeing this fight. I think it's going to be good, but I feel like Shakur is going to come out on top. He's going to win. And hopefully Teo don't have his hands down and he get caught slipping because Shakur has been showing some power.
Claressa continued, saying both guys are athletic and sharp with strong defense, but they can also explode at any moment. She added it's the kind of fight where Shakur can even switch gears and come forward when he wants to. You don't really know.
Yeah, both athletic, both sharp, both really good on their defense, both just very explosive. Like, it's one of them fights. Like, you talking about Marvin Hagler? He used to come and get you. Like, Shakur can do that. Now you don't know what he's gonna do for this fight. You don't know, but I know he's gonna do whatever he gotta do to win.
From the Ben Shakur back and forth to the January 31st clash with Teofimo Lopez, every boxing storyline feels red hot. Fans are locked in, and all the talk now leads to one truth: when the bell rings, the fight answers everything.